Mankind has conquered the stars without number, and at one time had a mighty empire. But as with all things, it succumbed to entropy, and shattered into smaller fiefdoms that all claim to be mighty empires trying to exploit their access to high technology and resources. Some of these disparate worlds were called glitter worlds, where mankind lived without fear of hunger or basic needs. These worlds were technological paradises, where nearly all ailments and even death was just a mere inconvenience. But that is not the case in what are called Rimworlds. Far from these distant glitter worlds, these worlds were places of violence, strife, and human suffering, where technology is rare and controlled by powerful warlords, and often mankind lives no better than ancient humans at the dawn of Earth's civilization. It is on one of these Rimworlds that our story takes place, following a group of tribal villagers, following a great calamity that befallen their people. Metallic demons descended from the skies and laid waste to their homes with fire and beams of pure light. They were scattered, and this group would find refuge deep in the forest to start again. They were now simply 5 of what was once a large and prosperous tribe. Of the 5 that remain, we have Hakuja, a healer of her people. Next is Falcon, who tends to the hearth and settling disputes. Orange is Hakuja's sister, and the resident artist when she isn't mining and building things. Vulture speaks for the tribe, and is a great builder as well. And finally there is Owl, the primary cook of the village. The tribe had constructed their first large structure to house their beds, their supplies, and provide shelter from the elements. It was built around a steam geyser to provide warmth in the colder months, and out front they had several fields for crops to supplement their diets, with corn, rice, and needed medicinal herbs. Now surely by now you may have noticed that our tribe is not just a normal baseline tribe, but all of them are lycanthropes, from vanilla expanded races lycanthrope. Each of them by day is the wolfman xenotype, and by night they shift into the lycan xenotype. They're werewolves. They heal very fast as lycans and move quickly, but cannot speak and are easily blinded by bright lights, hence why they have a more nocturnal schedule, sleeping during the day and active at night. This tribe has no colonies with the Empire. Refugee empires they are named on this Rimworld. And they even seek to work with them, working towards the vanilla expanded empire ending if we survive that long. But it's the Rimworld. I doubt we will survive that long. The survivors are now calling themselves the Luna Pact, and named their place Los Lupins. Success breeds jealousy. And now they're being raided by one of their many enemies on the Rimworld. The dreaded Rina Stevens. Thankfully, they survived the encounter with the dreaded Rina Stevens to fight another day. With the threat of Rina Stevens behind them, they now had to face a Bloodmoon. But it wasn't so bad. They are one of the sangophages in the camp, so they didn't have to worry about any of them running amok from lack of hemogen in their system. Not blood, but hemogen. 2 very different things, apparently. Although they're exactly the same thing, it's just Rimworld being Rimworld. But it was an easy event, but very interesting. I do love the color effects of the Bloodmoon. On the 9th of April-May, we received a distress call from a solitary praetor, Heracus Kome of the Refugee Empire. He needed their help. He's being chased by a man-hunting cat, and without them, he would die. Or in other words, Gondor had called for aid, and Rohan would answer by killing a cat. I know, but you know, this is what you gotta do sometimes to earn your stripes with the good old empire. Sometimes you can't have something grand and luxurious. Sometimes you just have a cat. This dangerous. Look at this cat. This cat's coming. It's coming right at us. Stand your ground! Hold! Hold! Oh god, it's getting close. Hold! Oh, it's dead. Okay, yeah, alright, we're done. The cat was dealt with. And, good old Heracus Kome was saved. And thus earning a rank for Vulture. Never say that the Empire does not reward those that aid the Empire. Shortly after, we saved the Praetor from the fierce, man-hunting, flesh-eating cat. They sent a bestower to bring a rank upon our great and mighty Vulture. Well, I mean, they just sent someone. He showed up. They came into our long house, or circle house as it were, and gave him the rank. He would now be able to access psychic powers, do things that some would consider unnatural. But, you know, all that was good because the Empire's pretty cool. Why would you ever not want to serve the Empire? Just because they have slaves and dominate everyone and use violence to break everyone that doesn't, you know, agree with them doesn't mean that they're bad people. They're just misunderstood. That's all. That's all, baby. They just misunderstood. So, of course, our first thing that we would get would be Archons. So that way, good old Vulture could break the minds of those that came to our camp if we needed them to. So, you know, I mean, because we're good people. I mean, we are, I would like to say, very, very good people. Mostly. A few days had passed since the bestowing ceremony for Vulture. It was decided that the village needed to be expanded, and so 3 more structures were erected. 1 for Vulture, 1 for the sisters, Hakuja and Orange, and 1 final one for Owl and Falcon. Basically 2 people to a building besides good old Vulture, who decided since he was so special, since he was now a official member of the mighty refugee empire, he deserved his own structure. No one really complained about it. It seemed feasible. It wasn't a big deal. So they went ahead and put it together for him. Life was good. And of course, someone would have to come and ruin our beautiful, lovely day. This time, it was the Federation. They had sent, Jesus Christ! Nah, just Max Willis. You know, just good old Max Willis just coming out here to cause some trouble. Too bad he's about to get lit up with some arrows. But, you know, he was still a jerk for just showing up. We were having such a lovely day. Get him! Get him! Yeah! And let's be honest, Max Willis is no Rina Stevens. The dreaded Rina Stevens. Up until this point, the villagers had never needed a real prison. So they converted their circle house into one temporarily while they built one for the wayward Max, which apparently I've been saying Max Willis, but I think it's Max Wallace. But you know what? It's Willis now. You don't deserve no name. That's your old name. Welcome to your slave name, boy. Your slave name is Max Wallace. Or Willis. No matter what your name is. Because we got you now. We're going to heal you up, patch you up, and see if we can make something out of you. Make you, you know, better than you were. You know, there's a song, you know, we're gonna make a man out of you. We're gonna make a man out of you. Do, do, do. It's a good song. You should listen to it. It's a good song. Max. But anyway, Max was suffering. But we built him a nice, beautiful prison. Look right there. Made of wood, and he's probably gonna get a bed soon, and he's gonna spend the rest of his not really long life because, you know, we are a tribal people and we haven't really discovered things like, you know, sterile tiles or bacteria. So infection tends to happen when you get shot full of arrows, which is exactly what's gonna happen to poor old Max Wallace. We tried, Max. We really did. We got you these fresh new beds. We got some good fur that we found and put together, but infection was gonna set in, so we decided, if he's gonna die from infection anyway, maybe we can, you know, harvest his heart, which was probably not the best thing to do. Some people did not agree with that. Some people didn't agree with that. Like, Vulture was all in. Vulture was like, yeah, let's do it. But, you know, Hakuja, Orange, they're like, no, let's not harvest his heart, but they went ahead and did it anyway. So, Hakuja went ahead and just did it because they wanted him to. So, rest in peace, Max Willis. We hardly knew ye. We hardly knew ye. Although you're not dead yet, but you are. You're pretty much dead. You just don't know it yet. You're about to lose your heart, and sadly, it's only because we couldn't, for whatever reason, they could not get the infection. Like, they kept trying to move some other limbs. They had infection in his ear or something. Couldn't get it off. But when it came to removing his heart, that came out one try. Perfect. It was meant to be, obviously. It was meant to be. So, rest in peace, Max Willis, Wallace, whatever your name was. We really have already forgotten about you. You were just a jerk from the Federation that came and tried to kill us, so goodbye, sweet prince. While Max suffered the last of his days in that beautiful prison that was built for him, the tribe realized that they would need some structure and order. So they decided to elect Vulture as their leader, their priest. Not priest, but chief. I believe Hakuja becomes their priest. Don't quote me on that. It's been a few days since this narrator has seen exactly what was going on with that, but they do elect both positions. And we'll get back to you later about who did what, but for sure, Vulture is the chief. The mighty chief of this mighty, mighty tribe of werewolf. The Voracious Terror had come to raid us, and they were too strong. I mean, they were 2 members strong, not too strong for us. They were just 2 of them. So, you get it. You get it. The Luna Pact had carried the day and had found victory against the Voracious Terror. They even captured one of their members. But it was not without cost. Both Orange and Hakuja had been harmed grievously, and in the case of Orange, nearly mortal. But her body was tough. Lycans were made of tough stuff, and she'd recover, especially when she changed back into her wolf form. But for now, she was bedridden for several days, in recovery, while the rest of the tribe took care of her and carried on. And it was decided that, through the grace of their own beliefs, that they would need to honor the spirits of the earth. They'd build a temple of sorts, a shrine, to honor the spirits, and make sure that they were given proper obedience. Because without them, they probably would not have survived the attack of Voracious Terror. They were truly a Voracious Terror. No Rina Stevens, but they were definitely a Voracious Terror. Despite the raid, it was still time for a celebration of family, and the tribe gathered in the Circle House to celebrate, even under these dire conditions, the fact that they were all alive, that they had survived the attack of the machines from the sky, from the raiders that had tried to attack them, but still, even with everything to be thankful for, there was much on their minds, and it was not the best of ceremonies. But, Yeah, you tried. It's the Rimworld. Sometimes it's a good day. Sometimes it's a terrible, not so great day. And with that, I think we'll leave the Lunar Pact for now. We'll come back to them. This is the start of a new series, so we're definitely going to come back to them as they build up their new ideology, shrine, temple, whatever they want to call it. Doesn't really bother me none. But I love Rimworld, so I really wanted to bring Rimworld back to the channel. And I love werewolves, and I just saw that the lycanthrope mod came out, so I definitely wanted to try it. I also really want to try empires, that's why I'm doing stuff with that. Eventually I want to do deserters, but that just looks like way intense, so that'll be down the road. I've also got another video I'm working on for Rimworld, which is a Rimworld medieval run, so we'll probably see that here soon, because I love, again, Rimworld, and so I'm hoping people will enjoy this kind of new format. I've done this before when I did the Samurai, where I kind of did the story overview, and I'm hoping that I'm going to try to get back to that, because I think I like that when I'm doing Rimworld especially. I feel like Rimworld lends itself very well to stories like this, where you can kind of build a narrative out of what's going on. And essentially, I think we're going to try to go for, not ideology, but the ending where we get high up ranking with the Empire. So we are still trying, but we will be moving out. I do have, I don't have, what's it called, random research, so I do have electricity queued up, but I want to get some other basic stuff out the way first before we just jump right into electricity. But hopefully everyone enjoys it, and please give me some feedback down, comment below, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and I think you guys are awesome. I'm out, bye!